So now we are at Palayamkotte, we are done with it, and you've come to Loyola, you did your PhD, and then you become a professor at Loyola.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about how did that shift happen? Because being a student in a college and then being a professor there, you know both the sides of the story. Now you know what the students will do. You also know how to be a professor. How is that balance for you, sir?
Actually, Loyola provided a greatest opportunity to understand what I enjoyed in that school. And I could visibly see how a teacher-student relationship should be. Fortunately, as a bachelor, I was a hostel assistant director.
Okay.
Because in Loyola, when you are a bachelor, you are asked to take this task. Then immediate after my research, then I joined Loyola for a temporary vacancy. In fact, interestingly, you say, I almost completed PhD, then about to leave. Then there is a call from secretary asking me, wouldn't you work for a week? Then I was in the process to leave and even packed everything and to move to my native to look for a job. But it was surprise for me to have a call from the secretary of Loyola College, asked me to work for a week because someone is absent or took leave, and in his place I supposed to teach. But there was a big dilemma whether accept it, because there is a fear, because you know the standard of Loyola College, and even some of the fellow senior professor were also not much encouraging me to join that. Then I went to met to the Father Secretary, Father Injakal, that time. He's such a noble man. Then he asked me, can you take for a week class? Then I went there with a confident. Then I started my classes. 1 day, 2 days, and usual. This in the beginning, when you are a teacher of French, you get all things from your student.
True.
Yeah.
They'll test your patience and see if you're capable of being in the college in the first 1 month of joining.
It is very interesting for me. See, I always take any situation as a positive or is a learning process. I never stuck in any of the process of my task. I ensure, face it, attempt it, and made it. This is what happened, but it all spontaneously happened. So I went there, and where I should really thank my tenure of research scholar. So many exposure, presenting paper in different conferences in different state and different places, North India, South India, and almost all the places, because this is one of the formation ground as a research scholar. You are forced to present your finding, because until you make a presentation of your research, there will not be any progress. So such a training also given a confidence. 2 days went on. 3rd day, I become an expert.
Excellent.
Yeah, because where the student also start to understand, okay, he's a beginner, but
he's got it in him.
Yeah, so they given a certificate. Instead of we give certificate, student always. For any teacher as entering into the class as a fresher,
they are the student.
Day classes of the student life.
They are the student. Because the students will have we have been here longer than you are, we'll see what you can do with this player's attitude. The entire class suddenly will become a whole. And they'll be like, okay, chalo, we'll see.
But the interesting point is, those students are in touch with me till today.
Excellent, sir. Excellent.
They are in many important places, helm of affairs, and some of them in other country. But it become a batch which they can connect with me closely. For me, it's the starting point, and for them, recognizing me as a faculty in Loyola. Then immediate after this, there is an extension period. Then I join as assistant director in the hostel, and I want to tell you, hostel life was very, very experienced and challenging. As you said in the beginning, rising to the occasion. It is another spot. I'm not saying the place, the spot. The reason is, the Loyola at that time started to admit more poor students, and especially the area like Viluppuram, Chengalpattu, Thiruvallur, because Loyola taken an initiative, admit more students in the philosophy of option for the poor. So when they started to admit, there is uh, uh, imbalance happened. Student join, then they leave because they are not able to
Keep up with the metropolitan lifestyle.
metropolitan life, cultural, all kind of things happen. But the challenge was given to me: how you can help to stop the dropout, retaining them into the process. Otherwise, the option for the poor will be defeated. Because that time there was also a kind of things happen. If you could admit more poor student, whether the quality will get dilute. So we started to work. I should thank that time Father Lawrence Amalraj. He was very supportive to me. He provided all the space and the resources. Then I, every day night after dinner, will arrange meeting and classes and motivational talk, then financial support. Somewhere I played a silent and nice role into the process. Then that process helped to retain all the poor student. The Loyola admit 300 to 400 student per year. Then the progress and performance of the student is raised up, and even today it become a wonderful policy of Loyola, and which really kept the Loyolas in the national roadmap in that process also. Because one side the quality education, quality research they do, and at the same time a social commitment from Loyola happened. That's reason whenever I am walking on the corridor of the places, the students start to respect great extent, which become a message to many. I'm not here a kind of comparison, but it is the process where a student care is supposed to be provided. I want to tell you, students are with different emotion.
Yes.
Different background, different culture, but a teacher decides. You can unite it well, appreciate it well, respect it well. Then you are in the place of, it may be father or mother, whatever, because you are supposed to play a role, because it's a formation ground. So that's way it's happened. Similarly, I started to enjoy my job with great extent in my first year of my appointment as a regular staff. I got my first ever memorable award. Even today I remember that best researcher award. See, sometime what the award does according to this matter. See, out of 250 faculty, you are as a young man recognized by an institution of such a
great caliber and history.
That is also another turning point, given a great identity to me. One side teacher, other side as a researcher. Then that become a great celebration in the campus, even by the student. And where I felt whatever you do with the greatest involvement, with the greatest responsibility, then it's give identity to you.
Absolutely, sir.